Hip Hop Alliance magazine.
Yeah.
Who that, man?
Okay.
Oh, man, that's C. Sneed, man. Sneed, man. Big C. Spotlight.
See, Sneed, you know me, right? Okay. Look here. See, Sneed, little bald head. My trap jump like frog legs. Smoking OG, I called it. Cheese hit with that hog head. That's cheese, nigga. Real about that. Stay around that.
If y'all want to check that out,
C. Sneed with the big C's.
C. Sneed with the big C. Listen, man, you got to check that out on your own time. But that is the Spotlight Artist. I am Dapper Dave, the host of Street Talk, and this is episode number 5. To the left of me, I got the founder, ladies and gentlemen. Ooh, in the mood.
Excuse me a little bit.
It's
It's your boy Money Mitch.
Is it an S on your chest today, Money Mitch?
No, it's a big M.
Ooh,
A bad motherfucker.
who's to the left of you, man?
That is the content king himself.
Mr. Don't Waste My Damn Time. No, I'm playing. welcome. Hope you guys are ready for episode 5. Be a fudge that.
Cool. With that being the case, man, we're going to jump right into it. Notice I don't have the flashcards today. We are always listening to our public's opinion with being the most interactive magazine on the planet. They said, get rid of the flashcards. We got rid of them, okay? So we're going to jump right into that topic. And the number one topic today, ladies and gentlemen, Dallas-Fort Worth's own Tay K. I didn't beat the case, so I did the race.
Yeah, man.
What is he facing today, Money Mitch?
5.99.
5 to 99 years, man. But we all seen the video. The video shows Tay K in the room with the district attorney or whoever the hell it is. I've never been in trouble. I don't know.
It was a detective.
Detective, right.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess the question is, was he in there crying and snitching, or was he just in there needing a counselor?
He was crying, man.
But was he snitching?
I think the other dude already got caught.
What was he crying about, man?
It goes back to episode 1 when I told y'all.
Go ahead, Money Mitch. I know where you're going.
Killing somebody is never good, man. And you're going to be crying the next day. I told y'all boys that, man. Now that he got all this praise and he's a celebrity from killing somebody, you know, we got the footage, man, that we're going to show you in a little bit of him crying in the integration room. He's a kid, true enough.
How old is he, though?
He's 17.
He's young, 17, 18.
17, 18. But the key is, it's not just kids that cry, grown men cry, bro. I had 3 friends that killed people, man, that came right to me crying. I'm like, why did you do it if you're gonna be crying?
Hey, man. I mean,
You know, like it baffles me, man. If I have to pull the trigger, man, you best know it ain't gonna be no tears behind it.
I mean, I guess the question that I would ask to piggyback on that, and I'm coming to you, E. I haven't forgotten you.
Good.
I mean, with the music that exists today, and everybody's talking about killing, everybody's talking about popping heads and breaking bags. Can you blame him for actually living out his raps into his...
I can't blame him, man.
Yes, I can.
I can't blame him, man, because, you know, kids, until they're told, like, it's just entertainment, they don't know it. You know, so basically, what we want to do here at Hip Hop Alliance magazine, man, is prevent the next Tay K. You know, it's okay to listen to the music, man, but do not live that shit. And I'm going to give that shit to E, man, because it's so depressing to me, man.
I said in episode 2, do not ruin your life for 5 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
5 minutes of fame is...
Really?
It feels like...
He'll never make a dime off his fame.
He didn't even get to go on tour with his with the race and the success that he made.
I mean, he did.
Do you think he would have went somewhere if he hadn't caught the case? I don't think that song would have went nowhere.
It was documented 75,000 per show. I mean, he's not being able to experience that because he's in jail.
But do you think his song would have been what it is today if he wouldn't have caught that case?
No, I don't. I think
he'd still been starting artist.
I think he would have hit the road at a later point. It wouldn't have been as fast as rapid.
Why do we glorify killers?
I don't know why y'all glorify killers. I know this person right here.
Why do we glorify killers?
Look,
you got an answer for that, bro?
I do have an answer for it, man. It's because that's what they want us to. That's what when hip hop became commercialized and it went from the Diddy era to the era that it is today, which is the stupidity era, the clout chase era. That's exactly what they want. I gotta ask you though, E. as far as him being in the courtroom, not courtroom, in the jail room, crying, was he snitching?
Judge, 99 years? 99 years. Judge, for real, you gonna give me 99 years?
But he didn't have a cigarette though. Like most people cry and snitch right when a cigarette comes out.
He didn't have a smoke squares.
But did he have a soda?
Did he have a soda?
Did he have a soda?
In the mood. Oh my
They had his last soda at that.
Yeah, bro, I'm snitching immediately. I don't know. He was that
Hey,
person.
street folks, I am not associated with this nigga. I only fuck with this nigga for this show.
I'm a civilian.
Say.
Get that shit right.
I snitched 2 episodes ago. So
These niggas is on their own. Hey,
I'm a
I'm a real,
civilian.
hey man, I'm a real street veteran, man. Y'all better understand me.
Yeah.
Don't
I
do
ain't
it
with the
around me.
snitching.
Right.
If you gonna do it, don't say nothing, man. You know the consequences.
I gotta ask though, man, as far as this type of situation, man, why do black people still accept it as being a part of our culture? Why does it exist? Because one can look at Nipsey Hussle and say, well, the type of genre of music that he's done, it supports the exact way that he died. So why do we still support it at this time?
Me?
Who?
I support it because, you know, for one, rap started as a code of communication to the people, you know what I'm saying, to get to the masses. So I support it knowing that it's fucking entertainment. I jam that shit and it don't go nowhere past that, man. That's why I support it, man. It's our creation. You know, it's our baby, so we gotta take care of it and still support it, man. We just gotta let the kids know.
Yeah, not just let the kids know. Dave Chappelle said it best. It should be an old person in the corner somewhere saying, "Nigga, don't do that. That's 25 away."
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that, man. But I guess looking at Tupac, and I heard somebody make a reference to Tupac, and they said Tupac lived his raps out on track. And that's good if you're doing gospel music. But if you live in a real life and you're a real recording artist, being a gangster rapper and then being a gangster in the street, and you heard Tupac say he didn't have a record until he had a record deal. Why does it seem like street credibility is such a prevalent thing in the minds of hip hop artists today?
Man, I don't give a damn about no credibility.
You can't cash that.
Fuck with
can't
me,
make
you gonna
it
find
good.
out. That's my mentality on it, you know what I'm saying? I don't look for no street credibility. I look to be able to take care of my family. I live a real life. I don't play with that shit.
In fact, he tried to find an easy way with the whole robbery and everything like that, and he found himself doing the hard way because he's gonna serve some real time.
Well, I was just fortunate enough because that was my thing, man. I put the jack boy, you know what I'm saying? So I just was fortunate enough that my shit didn't go that far, you know what I'm saying? So I don't really blame Tay K, man. I just want to prevent the next Tay K.
Yeah.
How do you prevent the next Tay K?
By being vocal and being OGs, man, and letting everybody know, man. Don't live that shit, man. That shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, man. I ain't preaching go get you no job, but goddamn it, find you a niche. Find a need, go fulfill that shit and start your own business. It can be done, trust me.
Okay, I guess the next question that I would ask, in the 21st century, in the information age, and to be informationless in the information age is a choice, should we still support people who have this moniker of no snitching? Especially in a situation like Tay K's.
Well, I believe if you're gonna do the crime, you know the consequences. If you get caught, don't take everybody with you. That's you know, just keeping it 100, man. I mean, now snitching is different. Like, bro, like if a dude go out here and rape a woman, I see that shit, I might tell that nigga that's not snitching.
Right.
He fucking with somebody innocent, a woman or a child, then that's not snitching. But if you are fucking in a crime, me and you go rob a bank, you get caught, you telling me that's snitching, bro. You don't do that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? You keep it 100, man.
Well, let's be honest. Are we still listening to his music? It's gonna be a minute since I say that I listen to Tay K or even to a further extent reach Tekashi 6ix9ine. I can't. After a certain point, I gotta cancel your catalog. No qualms, but I can't get with it.
Why can't you get with it though?
It's just not. The reality of who you are as a person. We all like the story of it, but it's just hip hop, rap. It used to be a story. You really think that Rick Ross was moving things out the yayo?
Absolutely not. I don't think nobody.
Hey, man, bro, prison guards do work.
Yeah.
Bro, how you think it's getting into prison?
Well, you're right. It's
Prison-
really not some name.
I don't
Not
give a
Rick
damn.
Ross though.
Say, he was a prison guard, bro. Them niggas get money, bro.
I mean,
I've been locked up, bro. I was in TYC.
I saw him
and the
without
guards
his
get
beard,
money.
so it's hard to trust him because I saw what he looks like.
He was getting it in, bro. Trust me, bro. He was getting it in.
I guess the next question that I would ask, man, when you look at somebody like a snitching, staying on that with Tekashi 6ix9ine and seeing Tay K, we don't know if he snitched or not, but we did see him breaking down. How do you look at a Bobby Smurder? who did not snitch and could have gotten less time had he said whatever he needed to say. He actually did like what 6 or 7 more years.
Took years for his homie. You know
Took years for his
Bro, that's the code, bro. He motherfucking respected the G code.
I'm still a civilian. Don't get it twisted.
He respected the G code. I salute him.
So are you guys looking for his project when he does get out and he's set to get out?
His credibility gonna be
super high.
It's
and he's still young.
Yeah, his credibility is gonna be ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know, because we were checking for Gucci because we really rock with Gucci, but Bobby really had, 6 months?
He had 6 months, but because he didn't snitch, man, they ended up making it.
He'll get credit, but his music career at that point, he had 6 months of music really work. Gucci had.
Yeah, Gucci was platinum.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, we can get behind Gucci because he really had that work and he really been there for years. He's a staple. But Schmurda, we got to see what you got.
Just got to see what Smurder.
Whatever he put out, he gonna have that credibility. It's gonna be he gonna be able to say whatever he want to say,
Right.
and they gonna rock with him.
Yeah.
Right. I guess the question is, and I will get off of this subject.
I mean, keep going. I guess the question I'm
All right, I have to do that, man. I gotta ask questions because I'm a fan of hip hop at the end of the day, and these are questions that I would ask. So I guess the snitching supersedes civility. I'm gonna start with you, E. The snitching supersedes civility.
No. Well, it depends on the person.
If it's a woman or an innocent child, it does. But if it doesn't involve somebody that's innocent and they were a part of the crime,
Yeah.
your ass is a whole ass nigga to snitch.
If you were in it and that's what you knew what it
You knew the
was,
consequences.
you knew, and then you snitching, that ain't right.
All right,
The
so I
reality-
gotta ask. All right, man, let's cut the bullshit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's cut the bullshit. E, if I went to a liquor store with you, and I'm in a car with you, and I say, hey, bro, I'm finna go in here real quick. I come back out, I got a bag of money,
Yeah.
and you know that I just robbed this store.
He got
and
a
then
camo outfit. Boots, black boots,
black boots.
fresh fade. Yeah.
You do it.
5'9.5" with 180 pounds. What else you need?
Right.
Car? It was a can. What?
Right, okay, money mix. You snitch, you a snitch, bro. It's
Now,
good.
if I see you coming out and I peep what you did,
Right.
I'm locking my nose on I
So I guess
ain't even gonna get in it. I'm just gonna lock my nose and leave your ass there.
so snitching doesn't on this panel it doesn't supersede civility.
No.
No? Okay. Well, I think that should be a mentality that we adopt as a culture. I mean, I'm going to snitch on you. If I see you, ladies and gentlemen, if you rob a lady in front of me and I see you rob, like what happened at that car wash a little bit ago out there in South Dallas with these youngsters running around, they just
That was
shooting in
some
the air.
bitch-ass shit, man.
If I knew who did it, I would tell. And I would not, I'd get sleep at night. I guarantee you I would. We got to get those people off the street, man. But
Cause them niggas can't shoot nobody, man. They hit everybody fucking enough for that shooting at.
right. I'm not saying don't kill somebody, or am I?
What?
Next, who in the booth? Ladies and gentlemen, with that being
Don't
said,
kill nobody. I'm telling you that shit right now.
sometimes you gotta handle your business. Who in the move? With that being said, we're gonna move on to the next subject. We're gonna bring up one of the icons of sports with the 20th century transitioning into the 21st century. Not only is she an icon of sports for her athletic attributes, she's an icon simply because she's black and simply because of the doors and barriers that she knocked down with her just individually. And that would be Serena Williams. The question that I would ask you guys is, have you seen the picture of Serena Williams that's floating around the web?
Yeah, I saw it. The one that L Hughley was talking about.
The one L Hughley was talking about. I'm going to go to my man E first because I know you're very insightful on this money, Mitch. How do you feel about that picture?
I don't-
Before you answer.
How you gonna ask me a question?
I hadn't finished.
Respect.
Ding ding.
Ding ding. Before you answer, the question that I'm going to ask you is, has she reached a level in her success, in her career, to where she should not be super sexualized at the level that she's been sexualized on?
No. A person is gonna be who they are. And a person sometimes just because they wear an outfit, just because they dress in who they are, it doesn't mean that they're trying to over-sexualize or trying to become a hot topic or a hot take. It just is what it is. Let's be honest, there's been a few times where we've seen this in history where people just living their lives, but because of what it is or what it's representing, the media, they take, oh, this person is over-sexualized or what have you. That's not the case.
Give me an example of what you're saying.
Say for instance, to a lesser extent, Iggy Azalea.
Iggy Azalea?
Yeah, because she posts a lot of twerking videos, and people are like, where's your rapping at? Well, if that's what she want to do, that's what she want to do. You can't have no qualms about it because she's living her life at the end of the day.
I do have to ask you a question.
Right.
So is Iggy Azalea a part of our culture, the hip hop culture that is, or is she a part of outsiders trying to penetrate hip hop culture?
You know, she really tried. T.I. opened that door for her. He really did. He tried to give her an olive branch, but sometimes it just don't work out.
Doesn't work out.
You know, you can look good on the outside. Man. It looks great.
So to answer your question, you're saying that Serena Williams, you've seen the photo. You're saying that she has not over-sexualized herself at this point in her career.
No.
No?
I mean, we can take, not just even with female artists or female athletes, or we can take it to the men's side. So you think that Snoop Dogg, just because he likes to smoke weed, or he has all these different businesses, whether it's CBD or actual, what do they call the medical vendor locations where you can purchase the weed, you think he just does that because he has a history of, or he has a reputation of smoking?
I think he's doing it because he's an addict.
Exactly. He's just living who he is. He's just being his best life.
I want to know his truth.
But because of who Snoop is, you always Snoop. That's who you is.
Right, right. How you feel about it, when it means? I know that you have a really good insight on it.
I just don't think that, she's over-sexualizing herself, man. She done reached the pinnacle of success in her sport. I think she's just showing off like, bam, I can't do this. They mad. You know what I'm saying? They mad. They can't do it, bro. Like, black don't crack. So, I don't think she's over-sexualizing herself or nothing like that, man. I like the way she, she comfortable in herself, man. She do what she want to do. She does it unapologetically. And, I can't knock her for that, man. I'm happy for her.
When we go to the club and the females dress a certain way, are they over-sexualizing themselves? But do you think they have any qualms about it?
I don't think that they have any qualms about it, but I do think you have to own the truth, whether it's the truth that you accept or whether it's the truth that you can't see. I, for one, ladies and gentlemen, do feel that Serena Williams has reached a level of success to where her attributes as to what she's done in her career should be enough. I don't think that she should be flaunting her body the way that
So she can't be proud of her body?
She just can't be happy living her life.
Well, I don't think it's a situation where it's just...
You got this big old 12-pack and big-ass biceps, you're not going to flex them?
So, no, I do agree that she should be able to live her life. I do agree that she is an icon. I do not think that there is not a propaganda behind her. I do understand that there is a machine behind her. I do understand that the world is regulated and ran and funded by selling sexuality. The question is, will you ever see Hillary Clinton do it?
Nobody wants to see Hillary Clinton. I would fucking throw her up if I saw Hillary Clinton.
Wait a minute. Well, if it's an individuality thing of living your best life, if Hillary Clinton decided, hey, I want to live my best life and put on a bikini, she wouldn't do it. Why? Because the propaganda for Hillary Clinton is different. The status quo for
But
Hillary
it's not
Clinton.
just black athletes, though. They got ESP in the body. They got blacks and whites in there, bro. Butt ass niggas. So it's just women are the victim of of that. They are over sexualized to a point, but that was a voluntary pick Serena did, man. I don't see how how she got all the money she can want.
So once you reach a certain status, you can't live your life how you want to live it.
I don't think that that's the case. I think you can. But I do think that we should keep in mind that she represents more than herself. She represents more than just individuality. She represents a whole culture of women and black women who look at her and idolize her. I've seen a picture of Obama on the beach before with his shirt off. I've only seen a few of those. But the majority of pictures that I've seen of Obama, who represent a whole culture of people, who is fighting to change the perception of a culture of people, he is 100% in suit and boot. So, I guess we just agree to disagree on that. My man listen, I'm going to go ahead and put it out there, ladies and gentlemen. My man, Money Mitch. And we don't talk politics here on Hip Hop Alliance.
I'm not even gonna go there.
We're not gonna go there.
We're gonna get to none of our subjects true. I fucked the whole show up. So I'm not gonna do that today, fellas. I'm gonna give y'all what we got for y'all. I ain't gonna fuck the show up today.
Oh, I'm gonna say it. I like Obama. I wish that
He met Obama. That's why he.
I met Obama. He was very nice. His cologne smelled exquisite, by the way. I don't know what it was. It was ref.
Bitch, 50 yards in the air.
Good damn. Him right here.
Right. But this is what I like about Obama. When I was in high school, and I'm a lot older than I look. When I was in high school, the ideal of having a black president did not exist in my mind. When I was in school, I probably could have tried a lot harder than what I did, and I didn't. But having a black president, for the kids that has come and experienced that for themselves, having that really gives you a notion of the American dream. That facade that we always thought was a facade was a piece of reality. So
I agree, brother.
Right, but I don't rock with Obama's.
You know who you sound like right now?
Who?
You sound like those kids or the people that get mad at the daughter of Obama for dancing or smoking weed or just living on.
Why would you say that?
Because you reach a certain level of status, you can't be doing that. You represent a whole culture.
I didn't say that.
That's literally what you said.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I didn't say that.
What did you say, verbatim?
This is what I'm saying. When you reach a level, and Obama's daughter is not standing on her own stone. Obama's daughter is standing in the wing and up under the umbrella of Obama.
She's a representation of what he stands for.
Right. So when she becomes of age, whatever best life she decides that she want to live, she is 100% entitled to that as an adult, here as an American citizen. Right now, you are under the umbrella of Obama. You don't want to do anything to tarnish the legacy that everybody wants to see fails. And as far as Serena Williams, man, she has a whole culture of people that look like her. She has a whole gender of people who are the same as she is, woman, that she has to keep in mind. Like when you want to break these barriers down, you can't sit at the table and say, hey, look at my sexy body, but take me serious.
Coco has proved that she already did her job. Her and Venus.
Coco?
This little girl to be Venus?
Is that a little white girl?
No, it's a black girl.
What?
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
folks, Coco has proved that Serena and Venus have served their purpose, and whatever they want to do from here on out is fine because they already laid the foundation.
I guess I gotta go ahead and tackle the elephant in the room, ladies.
I posted it on the page too. You don't pay attention to the content.
I'm sorry about that, man. I work all the time. Money Mitch works all the time.
I saw it
The
though.
content team.
Don't put me in there. This nigga's on the island. He's on Reeves Island all by his motherfucking self, man. Don't nothing happen on the page. I don't see. Even y'all comments and shit.
We make sure.
I gotta address the monkey in the room and the elephant in the bathroom.
What?
Yep. That's
Damn.
some new shit. Yep. That's some new shit, ladies. The zoo.
It's a zoo in the rich.
Who in the movie? The reason why I said monkey and elephant is because they are all in the jungle. Ladies and gentlemen, there's been reports that Serena Williams, black beauty that she is, fine and as magnificent as she is, has decided to marry a white man. How do we feel about interracial dating? Starting with my man, Money Mitch.
Well, being somebody that has interracial nieces and nephews and cousins and stuff like that, I don't have a problem with it, man. Serena gave plenty of black men chances.
Who in the mood?
She gave plenty of them chances. Drake is the most notable one. And they didn't do it right, man. The man worth billions. Go get that money, baby.
What about you, my man?
I'm saying, go get the money. If these people ain't willing to play ball within your own culture, you find happiness, you find love where you
It
find.
don't have a color, man.
Yeah.
Love didn't have a color.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is that. Who in the mood? Let's go on to the next subject.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get myself caught up.
Yeah, because you're going to be on Reeves Island all by yourself again, man.
You and me hanging down. I'm not. Y'all know how I feel about this shit. I'm not gonna get myself caught up. What's all right, man? So with that being said, moving on to the next subject, man, we have to tackle the Marathon Clothing Store. We all know that the Marathon Clothing Store was a dream of Nipsey Hussle, and I love the name Marathon, which is a long distance race. We have to have your endurance up. Unfortunately, he was stopped in the middle of his race and didn't get a chance to reach his full potential. With that being said, his story has been, what happened to his story?
Well, they're they're seizing it. They're trying to, the gang activity, they feel it's too prevalent within that area, within that block that they have established, trying to shut that down.
So they're shutting down the store.
Well, not the online store. You can still purchase your clothing, shoes, things of that nature. the actual physical location to cut down what's in the gang representation to cut that out.
But Money Mitch, the reason why I keep coming to you last is because you remind me of Nipsey Hussle in a lot of different ways.
Oh man, that's high praise, man.
Well, hey, brother,
Appreciate that, bro.
it is what it is. You remind me of Nipsey Hussle with the visionary ideals that you have and bring to the table, and how you've been able. I knew last time I checked, he reminds me of Nipsey. He even got his beard like him. I don't think he needs some.
I had mine before Nip though, baby.
I guess I remember you and I talking about this in pre-production. And I'm going to ask you, what is it about this whole situation that's a little bit fishy? And we did have catfish today. We all had.
Shout out my wife, man.
Shout out Miss Mitchell.
It's pretty damn good.
Pretty damn
Say, man, the problem with it with me is like, you know, in January they were putting pressure on the landlords to put them out.
Right.
You know, then Nipsey got together with his investors and they came through and they bought the place.
Why were they trying to put them out? Because I remember Black Sam getting up saying something about the owners saying, hey, they don't.
Because he was about to build a flagship. And nobody, and you know, everybody talked about it. I think the closest was Marcus Garvey that almost had a flagship, you know. So Nipsey was about to bridge the gap between Silicon Valley and the ghetto.
How was he doing that though?
Where he was about to tear that shit down and build high-rise apartments and schooling and all that, man. So now, bro, that they season that shit now, bro, it really brings it to me like it was a hit. Cause like, you know, it's no coincidence. January they tried to get him kicked out. February he bought the shit. March he dead.
What was his last tweet? Does anybody remember?
It's good to have strong enemies.
But that was because he had met somebody who had previously.
Is it?
Yes. Is
What about Dr. C?
Oh my word. Conspiracy theorist David.
No.
Bro, it's not a conspiracy, bro.
Oh, no.
Listen, bro, they wanted him out of there January.
Right.
He bought the shit in February. He's dead in March. That's a conspiracy or is that a coincidence?
Look,
Like, what is that? Or it's like, you don't believe that, bro? You think it was just a nigga that was hating on him? That's what they want us to believe. We kill each other like that.
well, that's what really happened. Eric Holder, he had a flash out.
Eric Holder got paid to do that shit, bro.
How did he get this lawyer that was an OJ defense?
Oh, because that motherfucker was dead in the water. He
Yeah,
was trying to get some recognition.
I
Christopher
told
Darden, you sorry son of a bitch, you.
Yo, not all publicity is good publicity. Cut that shit out, yo.
Okay.
That for Christopher Darden, any publicity is good.
That's what I'm saying. Not
Yeah.
all publicity is good publicity. Cut it out. Cut it out.
So we can't agree that
Get off the bullshit.
the overwhelming history here in America supports that when there's somebody that's black of that magnitude that's trying to awaken a multitude of people, they always end up kind of leaving. Are we just going to discard that and act like that doesn't exist?
I'm not. Fuck that.
Let's see where that line is. Right here.
You on that side?
Yeah, cut that conspiracy shit out.
I mean, history is history though. It's, are we going to discard that happens?
Right.
We are. I'm not. I can't do it, man. The black guy in me can't do it. I guess the next.
There's no coincidence, bro, that everyone that stands up and try to rise and bring people with him and gets got.
So wait.
Right.
The fact that he was a mental patient, the fact that as far as how everything transpired, has nothing to sway you all. Just
Most black people are mental patients. I probably go talk to a psychiatrist and they probably give me a check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are probably mental patients, bro. We've been through a lot of trauma.
Right.
So, you know, of course, we probably live off our rockers.
I mean, when you look at John F. Kennedy's assassination, they had the perfect.
The last real president.
Right. They had the perfect victim. I mean, not victim, but the perfect suspect. He was exactly like Eric Holder, except he had a white face.
And he was
a mental victim.
He was on lunch break.
Come on.
He worked in that building.
Come on.
Why the fuck would he do that?
right.
That don't make sense.
Right.
But we in Dallas when they killed presidents, so we gonna leave that alone.
Hey, Big Tech said presidents get
Killed here.
Can we stay on Nipsey just a little bit?
Yeah.
I do have a question. I'm gonna start with you, Money Mitch, and end with you, my man Easter. So, speaking of Nipsey Hussle, and you think about what he represented to a culture, a lot of people said it felt like when Tupac died.
It felt worse.
It felt worse
It felt
because
worse.
we were old enough to experience.
Well, yeah, not only that, he was 10 years further than Tupac made it. Tupac died
That
on
was the
24.
question. Did he make it further than Tupac did in his abilities and
Yeah,
his
but Tupac
accomplishments.
died at 24, bro. Everybody know when you was 24, Tupac was just ahead of his time. If they'd have let him get to 34, he probably would have been president. That's how ahead of time he was, bro. You know, now Nipsey kind of just slid under there and kind of did his revolution quietly.
Right.
Then he busted out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it hurt worse, bro, because he was that close to do what he wanted to do, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I wish he was just been quiet about the Dr. Sebi project and just dropped it.
Right. E, did Tupac or Nipsey Hussle have a more profound effect in society at the end of their lives?
The lasting impact, I think, of Nipsey, even though people recognize, even to this day, 2019, that Tupac, he's probably one of the founding fathers of rap, right? Truly that gangster rap.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as a lasting impact, we can see what Nipsey really put into the culture, put into his area, his neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Tupac spoke about it, but the actions that Nipsey put into his area, his city, it's gonna go for years. When the whole city shut down and you having funerals at Staples Center, that says a lot.
Right.
And then when Tupac died, a lot of people didn't like him in the game.
Right.
He really didn't. He wasn't as likable as Nipsey is.
Right.
I love Pac, but you know, the people in his industry didn't like him like that.
Who's more intimidating as the opposers, Nipsey Hussle or Tupac?
Well, everybody know Pac wasn't no really tough guy. I would say somebody that has a big voice in the rolling 60s would be pretty intimidating.
What about you?
He was a shot caller, man.
You gonna go? I'm gonna go with Pac, man.
I'd have hit Pac head on, like
I don't know, man.
Nipsey.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Pac, man.
He couldn't fight. He could beat up and shit.
Oh man, we're gonna disrespect the great
No,
legend
it's
that
the
there
truth,
is.
bro. He'll tell you himself, man. He ain't the toughest, baddest motherfucker, but he had heart though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with him just based off of his intellectual capacity.
No, you didn't say about look me none of mine.
Well,
You speaking towards him.
I didn't specify.
You
I
right.
said,
Well, when you say intimidating, like
What intimidating?
I never seen nobody's intimidating when it comes to mine. When I think about my mind, and I was listening.
Right.
I mean, I don't.
well, that's the difference of the cultures. Like black people will look at another black guy and be like, oh, he's big, he probably with my ass, and they're intimidated. A white guy or outside of the race, I look at somebody and see how smart they are and be like, we gotta watch this dude.
Yeah.
So who's the most intimidating when it pertains to, and I'll specify, intellectual capability?
Y'all give us Pac.
Give it to Pac.
I don't know, because when you start buying land, that's what they respect on the other side. That property tax at the end of it, what did Pac own?
Pac didn't own anything, ladies and gentlemen.
But there's a reason,
Well,
even after his death, that
Pac was the reason that people, picked up their business mentalities because everybody said, I don't want that fame without the money.
Right.
So I gotta credit Pac for just showing people what not to do.
Right.
Yeah. So he was definitely a trailblazer, man. And Nipsey piggybacked off of what he learned from Pac.
I will give him his just deserves. Pac did say, I will spark the mind.
Yeah.
It changes the world.
Yeah.
100%.
He did that.
Staying on Pac and Nipsey, if you were going to put together an album and you wanted only two guys, and out of these two is Pac and Nipsey, who would you pick?
That'd be Pac.
Yeah, I will Pac.
Pac?
What can nobody put them words like Pac for? I don't give a damn. We respect Nipsey for his hustle and his business mind.
The business side.
Now that last album was a motherfucker though, man. That's when I ain't gonna lie, I didn't fuck with him.
Right.
I got a lot of family from Cali. They was like, man, you don't fuck with this? Hell no, he just no play.
Right.
But this shit right here,
Right.
man, that's dope, bro.
Money Mitch, I gotta do this, bro. Because this is an age-old, I've been doing this, man, over 10 years. This is an age-old argument. I want you guys to like, by the way, while you're looking at the video, like right now, share right now. But this is what I want you to save your comment for. Who was the biggest artist at the time of Tupac and Snoop Dogg? If you think that Snoop was the biggest, go ahead and like and just say Snoop. If you think Pac was the biggest, go ahead and like and just say Pac. This is in the age-old discussion over 10 years.
Let the record reflect. I said Snoop, okay?
He did say Snoop. I did say Pac was the biggest star in the world.
It was. I think the actual argument was 93, 94.
93 through 95. No, I'm sorry, 96.
Well, Pac didn't get big until he 96 when he was dead.
Well, the people are going to get a chance to decide this.
Boy, Snoop was the motherfucking man, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
He was a
I'm
man
gonna have
for
to
a
ride
minute.
with Pac, man. I'm gonna have to ride with Pac. And with that being said, Eve, do you have anything to say about that before we move on to the next subject?
I roll with Snoop.
I 100% understand that. You guys feel how you feel. Again, put it in the comments. What do you think? Was Tupac a bigger star? And we're talking about between the years of 1993 and 1996.
DJ Easy Dick on the mix.
Right. Was sticking with rap and sticking with one of the Speaking with one of the pioneers of that era, which would be So Def's own Jermaine Dupri. And this guy is somebody we have to look at and we have to appreciate his opinion, right? All right, so this guy got out and said that female rappers are 100% starting to sound the same, which makes it a little bit harder for him to get into modern day female rap. But how do you feel about that, Money Mitch?
I agree with him, man. Jermaine Dupri, I agree with you, brother. It's just, it seems like they all sound the same, bro. They got the same Nicki Minaj flow. And it just goes from there. It's not like back in the day when we were coming up, they had Foxy Brown, Lil' Kim, that was totally different. Lady Girl, Lauryn Hill. You know, it's no variety in it, man. It's all the same to me.
Well, the majority of what but the different groups, they push out that type of style. But you have different artists who represent that lyricism, female artists that is, who bring that towards the chord. They're not just on the typical stripper money, get money, shmoney. They actually put some content behind it.
Well, yeah, they do have content, but the style. You know, what do you think about the style?
Like Dave's Love, the style.
Dave's Love is in a league of our own, though.
It is what it is. It's 2019. This is what sells majorly. You know, this is if the chicks get the club popping, that's where this is what's gonna go.
I gotta be honest, man. I was very, very disappointed in the legend of Jermaine Dupri because I'm thinking to myself, brother, you are somebody that we respect. You've done enough to gain respect. And if you are going to call out the female artists for all sounding the same, then you have to look at the rap game as a whole. The rap game, I'm 37 years old. My ear isn't as keen as it was when I was doing music myself. But now that I don't do music and I'm listening from an artist standpoint, it's hard for me to tell who's who. If I'm listening to a guy, I'm thinking, I'll ask my brother, hey man, is that Lil Uzi? Nah, that's Juice WRLD. So you have to have that same energy when it pertains to the male artist, if you're gonna call it female artist. To be all the way honest with you, it's a certain lane of female rappers that sound like Lil' Kim since Lil' Kim came out. That's what sells. Your show that you had, Mr. Jermaine Dupri, 100% it showcased a bunch of female rappers that sounded the same. They were doing the same exact thing that you're accusing the industry of doing right now. So I'm disappointed in you, Mr. Dupri. I really feel like you should call everybody out, but you're not gonna do that. That brings me to my next question. Why does it seem to be a bias when it pertains to male versus female artists? We've talked about this before, but why does it still exist? Starting with you, E.
I don't think it's a bias. I think the females have an open window, not window, but door. It's available to them right now. They just have to put forth the effort, actually put forth their music, and they'll get a buzz, get a wave if they really rock it. You know, I don't think it's closed off.
You don't think it's closed off? So you think a female rapper who has just as much talent as Lil Uzi Vert could just walk in and get a record deal and become an overnight success?
I think it'd be a little bit easier.
Think it'd be easier? Why do you say that?
Because it sells.
What sells?
Sex sells.
What about you, Money Mitch? How do you feel about that, man?
Man, I really don't know if it's hard for them to get a record deal or not, but I know it's hard for them to make it in the rap game because they're women. You know, why that is, I don't know. I don't know why it's so popular to have just a male-driven industry. But, you know, me personally, I respect every female artist out there. Let me just say that. I respect every female artist out there. But it's hard for me to listen to a woman's project from beginning to the end. The last woman I think I could listen to like that was Dej Loaf. I listened to her whole entire project. you know, but it's just hard for me, man. I don't know if I like to listen to people that I can relate to, if that's what it is or what. But, you know, it's definitely tough, man, for women in the industry.
What do you think the solution is? As just consumers of music, fans of music, what do you think the answer to that question?
The solution would be to be original, come out with something we never heard, create your own lane, do what's necessary to put your own brand out there.
And right now, ladies and gentlemen, is my favorite part of the show. It's when we tell these punk bitch motherfuckers to
Get up off that bullshit.
Hope.
And my get up off that bullshit, ladies and gentlemen, is that black family that embarrassed all black people. And this might be old to you, but it's new to me. Those black folks that was fighting at Disneyland. And the reason why I'm saying get up off that bullshit to that black family that set black people back 400 years is because I'm sick and tired as a black guy. As a black man that is trying everything that I can to change the perception that exists for me and other people that look like me, I'm sick and tired of the person who gets online and looks like a ghetto mess. And these people, oh my goodness, here are kids playing, here are white people, here are all different nationalities, and the one nationality that's acting a fool is this black family. And not only is they acting a fool, they're fighting. There's a lady who's in a wheelchair who gets knocked down. And then there's a man who's supposed to be the quintessential ideal of strength, the black man. And what does he do? He beats his woman up who is trying to help him throughout a fight. Black family, even though this is old to me, it's not old to America. Who in the mood? Get up off that bullshit.
And my get up off that bullshit, ladies and gentlemen, is LA County Commissioners or the Sheriff's Office or whoever the fuck is trying to seize the Marathon store. City of LA. Leave the marathon alone, man. Y'all did enough by taking the leader, man. I know it's a conspiracy. Everybody in the world knows it's a conspiracy. It's no conspiracy. You wanted him out of there in January. The owners liked him, so they sold it to him in February, and he's dead in March. Leave the movement alone, man. Let these people do something that can help them people, man. City of LA, get up off that bullshit.
And my get off the bullshit, ladies and gentlemen, it's for that IRS security guard who pulled his gun on a police sheriff in full uniform on duty while he was just trying to take care of information that he needed at the IRS site. America, talking to you, talking to those who are in position of authority, but let's not overstep our bounds. I want to talk about this IRS security guard who had the audacity to pull his weapon out on a sheriff, on-duty sheriff who is in his full uniform. Get off the bullshit. Man is in there to handle his tax situation, take care of business. You have the nerve to pull a gun out on him just because he didn't want to put his firearm, which they give him as a peace officer. Get off the bullshit.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have enjoyed the 5th episode of Street Talk. And right now, here's a second part of my favorite part of the show. But before we go, is there anything that my man Money Mitch want to say?
Yeah. As always, I want to thank y'all for your time. I know it's not easy to give us 50 minutes of your time in your busy days, your busy lives. Hey, we just appreciate everything, all the support, the people that give us feedback. And once again, we want to extend the olive branch to all artists, any platforms, any art, man, whether it's written art, spoken art, all of that. Get at us at Go Ham Mag on Facebook, Twitter, and IG. Also, like, subscribe, and share this video right now.
Stir.
Hey, thank you guys for staying tuned. And this is just, we're at the very beginning stages. Episode 5, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Big things coming. So until next time.
Until next time, we are going to leave you with the Spotlight Artist of the Week, which is C. Sneed Block
Big C's.
Who in the Mood? And the name of the song, we're going to leave that to Money Mitch. What video we leaving them with?
Mill City Freestyle.
Mill City Freestyle, ladies and gentlemen. Until next week, y'all check it out.
C. Sneed, you know me, right? Okay. Look here. Sneeze, little bald head, my trap jump like frog legs, smoking OG, I called it. Jeans stuck with that hog head, that's cheese, nigga, been about that, stay around that. Been sending money out of state through the pipeline and ship pounds back. Ass cap, you can ask Mo, bet every word they vouch for. Know I had to be a paper chaser, was the only man in my household. Lame niggas can't control the hoe, never had a dough, never scored a bowl, never robbed shit, never cooked crack, never fell off or shook back. So tell me, nigga, what you talking about? Got plenty game I can loan out. A slow count, beat no count, and you don't count with a closed mouth. Moving cookies like Toll House, like Toll.
Ladies and gentlemen, y'all know who it is. It's your boy Dapper Dave, and I'm here with Hip Hop Alliance Magazine. And if you like what you saw today, make sure that you like, share, subscribe, comment, and go ahead and take a look at that video below.